Childcare is crazy expensive, and most Americans don't know that's true. Hi, I'm Professor Leah, an expert on the mental load, and here to help you lighten your load. I'm going to talk to you about a recent report that came out of the New America Foundation, where they asked 1,000 Americans what were their perceptions of care, childcare, elder care, and care in general. And what they found was when they asked people to estimate what are the costs of care, whether it was childcare or whether it was the home cost care for those who are aging, people were pretty inaccurate in the estimates of their care. For childcare, most said that it cost between $10,000 and $15,000, and then close to half said it was under $10,000. But the thing about that is actually childcare varies dramatically across states. This came through my book, Motherlands, and what I showed was I mapped childcare costs across US states and showed that the states that we think are often quite progressive, the Californias, the Washingtons, the Oregons of the world, tended to have some of the weakest care infrastructures. Childcare was expensive. It was difficult to access. School days were short. After school care was also difficult to get. And a huge portion of parents' incomes was going to pay for childcare. It was not affordable. Childcare is very rarely affordable. And in those states that are very, very expensive to live in, childcare is one of the things that is huge in terms of lack of affordability. I'm not just talking to the Californias, though. There are many states where people can't access the care. There's childcare deserts. It's difficult to get. You can't afford it. Even if you get it, you're concerned about the quality. And then let's talk about the people who are providing the care. They often are low-income women of color who actually can't even themselves afford to have their kids in the care that they are providing to others. There's high turnover. They're not paid well. There's a disrespect that often happens, viewing them as just babysitters. And all of this creates a care system that is so fragile that makes it difficult for parents to work. But here's the thing, if we don't actually see the true cost of care, if we think that the care is cheaper than it actually is, then we're unwilling to invest in it. Then we're unwilling to put our money to it. In this report, they also show that people do think governments, employers, and families have a responsibility to provide care for us, childcare and elder care. And they think they should pay. But if we don't know the true costs, and we can't see the ways in which there's this and invisible cost to society, then how do we have an honest conversation? It's reports like these that are really critical to say, actually, unless you have that lived experience of putting your kid into care, it's very difficult to know what's so expensive. Follow me for more.